Okay, I'm sharing my screen. Mm, Just 1 minute. Huh? Let me open that. Mm, So, am I audible and my screen is visible to all of you?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
Nikhil.
So, guys, here you can see I have made a document for scope management. It is a AI enabled scope management plan has been created using prompt engineering of Claude, and it is integrated with PMI PMP roadmap. Now PMP roadmap has totally changed from July. It will be more into AI, agentic AI, and reason is many people apart after doing the PMP they focus on PMI AI project management. Where is this the one which I have shared with you? It is a part of PMI project management for artificial intelligence of project managers. This document why I am sharing Bamboo and all of you in the downtime next 4 to 6 months. All of you have to use AI as a practices for project management. Only documentations and you these things won't work. You have to understand the tools. Already learning the tools like MSP, like Azure DevOps, Microsoft Power BI, or Claude integrations of Claude. So in terms of scope management, what we understand is collection of the requirement. So collection of the requirement is for understanding the business case, why my project is, what is my deliverables and who are the project managers, when project charters has been identified, and then we can break the requirement into smaller part, that is called work breakdown structure, and in agile called sprint planning. Now in order to give you a pictorial data visualization representations of scope management using AI as a tool, here you can see the project scope dashboard has been implemented for ERP cloud migration. A project ERP cloud migration, enterprise resource planning. Let's say it's a project for an Oracle ERP system. We have a Rajiv is a program manager and he has development of Oracle ERP systems, and for that he is collecting the requirement and defining the logs by which he can give a proposal by which he will start the project and deliverables to meet his requirement. So here you can see there are different graphs which is represented here. The first is the scope competition is 74%. Rajiv, Bambo, Orindam, Sunanda. In Microsoft project, remember, whenever we have done the task competitions, we can have the provisions to put it either 75%, 50%, 60%. Accordingly, that the Gantt chart is automatically get created. Similar things. So when 74% scope competition has been done of the requirement of 167. 167 is my requirement, out of 142 has been identified. change request 23. So 142 plus 23 is 167. So 142 is the baseline requirement which is defined in an SOW. Rest 23 was a change request. So you have to understand that if you are working in a fixed price project, when you are moving after 3 or 4 months, you have done the deliverables of 142 and a new change request has come as here which is 23, and for that a creep index is 18%, moderate risk. Why creep index is 18%? Because 23 change request has come. So out of the 23 change requests, 142 has been done. So assuming then 142 which we have delivered or about to get delivered, that will go to the go live, and then we do again some issues. Some rework may happen of 142. It may happen the product delivery some after during the 1 month downtime or 1 month free times. Another few change requests may come. So these are our cumulative. So if I add those cumulative issues along with the change request which is written into the SLA, my creep index is 18%. That my project is as of now is moderate risk. To identify a project in terms of scope creep, risk, low, medium, high, depending upon to the organizational level or enterprise level index value. The creep index is an index, CI index, which helps a project managers to identify by which particular area the scope creep is happened. Reason is the change request has come. Very clear, Arindam, Rajiv, Sunanda. So you are working for a project, change request has come. You have to identify the triggering point for which the creep has been identified because of miscommunications, maybe understanding problem, maybe documentations not be prepared, resource unrest, technology change, or anything. So here you can see scope progress by deliverables has been identified using different kind of project under an Oracle ERP migrations consisting of data migration, finance module, HR module, supply chain, API layer, user trending and porting, and other areas. In the right side you can see the weekly basics, what are the scope has been submitted and what are the scope has been approved. Among them, the graph which representing what the percentage of work of that particular modules has been done. Say for example, data migration 99%, finance module 85%, till user mining. So all those in this graph here, submitted versus approval. Here you can see there is some projections. This projection is called the creep index. This creep index is 18% because on week 6 a 23 change request has come after delivery of 142 user stories. So this projection states that in week 6 we have almost 100% deliverables when done, then change request is come. Reason is delivery has been delayed for another week, that is week 7. So when these things has been identified in week 7, you can see the graph that is submitted and the one which is approved has moved in such a way that the gap has been minimized because the requirement has been freezed. The requirement has been freezed, and this is submitted and approval of the requirement has been identified in the area of week 6. Clear, Rajiv,
Yes.
Arindam, Sunanda, Vicky? So here this particular things I have been collected from AI. Here you can see requirement breakdown by category. We all know that work breakdown structure is consisting of the requirement after the use cases has been identified or business case has been identified. Business development managers, who are the key stakeholders, with the project manager and the scrum master and product owner, identify the requirement, freeze it, and then project managers along with the product owner break the requirement according to the deliverables of milestone which is projected by the project manager and his team. Now you can see there are different requirements: functional, technical, integration, data security and compliances. That is happen ideally for all organizations. In telecom background, Bembo, you are from Africa, Airtel Africa. I work for many years in telecom. What happened in telecom? We have a functional requirement, technical requirement, integration, data security and compliance. So in functional requirement in telecom, we gather the what we need to do. Here we do not stress whether we will go for which particular antenna, whether it is a 5G or 6G or ART, or we need some specialized routers to transmit the wave. How many megahertz or gigahertz needs for an antenna to be get captured from satellite directly. We all capture these things in the functional requirement. When that is prepared, then we go for a technical. In technical part in the graph, we go for the requirement is the feasibility study, root cause analysis, impact analysis. What is the technical impact? Say for example, I'm installing some high-end microwave antennas to the village areas to capture all the data modularizations signal strength which is coming from different one area wild area network from the satellite workstations, and then we will distribute these things to the village areas where network connectivity is very lower. We use different repeaters, different routers that will distribute the technical documents. When we are preparing, we will keep in all those things that according to the graph how many works and the scope which we have been fixed, and how many technical things are pending that we can take care. Because of the dependency we are not moving further, because any third party vendor who will give those technical requirement, technical specifications. Let's say for example, when I working as an Ericsson program manager, Ericsson has their vendors like T-Mobile, Orange, Airtel and Vodafone's. So all there are vendors. So when Ericsson is giving the support of 5G, in 5G, the RTE or the antenna capacity depending upon to the throughput of your bandwidth, all the categorizations of the bandwidth is fixed. So Vodafone has their own bandwidth, Telecordia, T-Mobile has their own bandwidth. So bandwidth and the signal strength matters, which is a technical part, and the strength by which we can tell our submitted documents and approved one has some gap. Clear? Any question? Rajiv, Vicky, Orindam,
Uh, I have one question here. So for this, to create this graph in plot, actually, what is the input you have given?
Acha, you have to tell me, Rajiv. You are working. You tell me. There is a concept of prompt engineering. Everybody knows
Yes,
prompt engineering. So what
right.
is the prompt engineering? We have an n number of clouds and
Hmm.
this AI tools. Prompt engineering says you have to put your requirement according to the project needs or the project file itself. So I put the project requirement in. The project requirement for me was, it was an ERP project for 81 days consisting of 11 team members with a high-end project of integrations with different modules where the change request is coming very frequently. Project is in moderate to high risk, and project managers and along with his team, the revenue has been generated, but somehow it has been stuck because of the non-approval of the compliances of change request from the organizational level. So this is the prompt engineering. So when I put this prompt, Claude has created this graph.
Okay.
So prompt engineering is very crucial, Rajiv. You all people are saying that we are using cloud, but what are the commands you are writing to Claude or ChatGPT that matters? It's not like that they are working 100% of your work. but they are at least giving you 45% your work what you needs to go, and rest of the things you can take help of other AI or your own team to go further, because Claude and ChatGPT will give you the end-to-end architectural design document, not 100%, but 40% of what deliverables you are looking for, and rest you have to figure it out, and accordingly that the version will be also changed. The one which I have given to Claude according to the requirement I got from customers. If that is
Okay.
changed, then I will, my prompt engineering from next week will also change, the graph will also change.
The scope creep, like as you're saying that there are 23 CRs, and the scope creep has happened due to this. The CR has happened, right?
Right.
So for that, is that like document? What are the documents you have provided so that the cloud has identified? Okay, for this,
No,
these are
no,
the
no,
reason
no,
why
no,
this
no, no,
scope
no,
creep
no,
has.
no, no, no. Claude has created these things as an imaginary document using the futuristic analysis according to your prompt which you are giving to him.
Okay,
You can
okay.
also give the documents, then your clarity will be more clear. Yes,
Hmm.
if you are using Claude 6.0, there you have the options to add the documents, that
Hmm.
project plan, SRS, SDD, TDD, ART. So if you add all those documents, then this clarity of the picture will be more clear.
Yeah. Okay.
And you can also put some other document. Let's say Vicky is a project manager of LTI Mindtree and you are a program manager of Oracle Corporation, and you both guys has been done and undergoing projects for which you have a joint venture. Oracle Rajiv, you are giving support to Vicky, and he is the program manager and he is supporting to his LTI Mindtree for Oracle Finance Cloud. Now he has his own plan, and you are a program manager representing the Oracle service, Oracle Cloud. So you have your own plan, because when he purchased Oracle Cloud, he did not purchase all the modules of the ERP of Oracle, few of the module which he has required, and Rajiv has
Hmm.
given the support of those module which has been acquired by Vicky. Now Vicky has given a plan and Rajiv has a plan. Both plan I uploaded to Claude. Now ask the Claude that according to this customer and vendor relationship, make an unique CPI index or CI index or scope creep, that which are the gray area that we need to focus where both the customer and vendor missed.
Hmm. Hmm.
Then it will give you, you guys can try, because Claude in pros is very advanced. Many I have, Rajiv, I have given support to one Bangalore lady. She is Ipshita in our group. So she was in LTI Mindtree in associate director. So she was facing, she's in Oracle only. You may know
Hmm.
Ipshita Ghosh. She was in Oracle,
Okay.
Anirban's friend. So she has, the problem is that she is working in Oracle Cloud for
Hmm.
Bulgaria project, and now the scope when she has been identified for TNM contract, his her team is there in Bulgaria and she is giving support from Bangalore, and Oracle's products team is also in Europe. Oracle has their independent cloud and team in Europe. So she is working with them, and she has found that the during the data visualizations, what is the scope she has been identified and what Oracle is committed to give the deliverables is not 100% matched. So the thing is that when she is raising the PO, which Oracle is giving services are deviating from the actual project plan. So she has been asked yesterday, Kapturshida, what I need to do, because she has given some screenshot. So I asked her that all the documents which she had to upload in the secure version of Claude. Secure version Claude means one is the standard version, anybody can use. The secure version is the purchase version, only domain user can use this, which is integrated your Google Chrome or your domain, LTI Mindtree domain or Oracle domain. So when she uploaded that, she has given idea from this Claude that on Oracle part, Oracle Finance part, the gray area was that some of the migrations of the project of Oracle which is not yet implemented and customer is asking the new things which is not been defined into the SLA. The reason is when the call is going on, hard team who is an application support for TNM contract is getting lots of CR every day. Reason is the PO is increasing but the client in Bulgaria will have one bank, they are not committed to give all the requirement as a change request, asking that why this is taking when these things is not been written to the scope management plan when you start the project. You are understand, Rajiv, the
Right.
scenario.
Because sometimes the scope is not defined properly, and then we face this issue. Like customer says, because it is not well defined in the scope document, and you are projecting as a CR, but it is not a CR, and it should be budgeted in the
So
project.
how do you understand that it is not a CR? One is the CR is internal CR, another is external CR. How do you understand that it is an external CR or internal CR, Rajiv?
Basically, internal CR means if that is, I mean, if for some project the scope is very well defined. For example, I need to create 100 objects, let's say, for this requirement. Okay, that is written in the SOW.
Hmm.
But we realized after implementing that there could be some 10% deviation on it. Maybe we are building 120 objects for that. Okay.
Right.
So in that case, we take it internally because it can be managed within the budget and to maintain a good relationship with the customer. We make it as a CR, but we don't charge it to the customer sometimes.
How?
We'll say that these are the change requests that we'll be doing
Acha, how do you
internally.
understand these things, Rajiv, using AI?
Using AI means then we have to uh, give the SOW document or the order document. Okay, and then the initial high level design
HLD.
uh, uh, that we have signed off from the customer, and the BRD also, business requirement document.
Hmm.
I mean, I just this is just my idea. I have not used AI, so that's and then we
Okay.
can give it to the AI, and then it may identify if these are new change requests.
Okay. Any idea, anybody here? How we can implement scope understanding using AI? Vicky, can you try?
Yeah, so this Claude is a generative. So this Claude is a agentic AI, okay? So it works as a co-worker for you. And this is the future. And most of the company, how it's going to happen is like after some time, we will be working with this agentic AI, okay? So I can leverage this as I can write a prompt. I'm working as a whatever work I want to do it from this Claude. I can write a prompt that suppose I want to analyze my scope. Okay, so I will upload that document in the Claude, and I will write a prompt that as a I'm working as a project manager for this project. And could you please highlight all the gray areas and all for this particular project? And so it will give me a result. Whatever activity I want to get it done from that this agentic AI, it will do it for me.
Hmm.
Because this
Right.
agentic AI has the capacity to break down the large work into small chunks, and
Right.
it has the capacity to take its own decision. It's not like LLM,
Very
it's
good.
not like Chat GPT, which is LLM. So
Hmm.
yeah.
Hmm. Right. Right. Thank you. Vicky, you are right. So Rajiv, understand what he is trying to say.
Yeah. So So actually, based on the because we have to provide the documents as the input, and then the prompt engineering, like we can identify like what are the gray areas, and maybe if there is any change has come from the customer, whether it is mentioned in the BRD or in high level design or not. If it is not mentioned, then it may be an external CR, and if it is already mentioned, then it can be an internal.
Internal and external CR, AI, cloud, prompt engineering, and agentic AI will identify depending upon to the effect and dependency of that particular CR. If it is not written, then it will be an external. For that, you have to give a new plan, new requirement, and for the new PO will be raised. It has to be approved by change manager or the CMDB. Then you can go ahead over the doing the work. But if it is happen that because of your QA team not done an end-to-end testing, or your development has some coding leak, reason is this issue is happen, then rework. And agentic AI will give you the idea which are the in graph visualization, which are the parts are the rework is happening because of your fault. And for that, how much CI index, scope creep index is happen, reason is directly affected to your project in terms of cost, time, and scope, which is the three baselines. So all we are discussing here on in theoretical way, but when we move these things in a technical way using tool like Microsoft Project or Azure DevOps, so they are all are in cloud based and indeed integrated to cloud or any open AI. So they got these KPIs and make the report for you, a common dashboard, the one which I have shown, by which you can take an actual decisions. Agentic AI is an agent which is created by you by either giving the prompt, or you have your dedicated DevOps team or AI team where they build the data that you are required in the chatbots. The bot can be customized. The bot which is giving in agentic AI, they are giving the reply which it had already. But if you want to customize, you have to write API program in Python. That is an AI engineer's work. They will gather the requirement and write this code in AI Python, integrate to Claude. Claude has their own engines integrated with different vector database, and will collect all the cumulative parts and will generate customized report which is defined by the algorithm of your AI engineers and give you the report. Clear, everybody? This is how agentic AI works in current ways in different platforms. I will share one document in the group, Vicky. It will be Rajiv also. You are all very senior people, Bamboo. I have shared with Bamboo as well. I will share a PMI agentic AI for project managers part. This part you can guys go through, and it will be give you the idea that what a program managers, portfolio managers need to do for standard AI enabled services before they go for the market. This is at least a 600 page PDF, and will give you a link. There is a certification also, PGMAI, or in Rajiv, you know, five of our teammates has done these things. This AI certifications for project managers is given by the PMI. The training is also given by the PMI. 19 hours training. There they teach the program manager and portfolio managers that how to create the data visualizations history, creating the agentic AI services or agent. Different agent has their different roadmap, and then different data modeling. Very important, very important. Data modeling is a very important part of the project managers, because if my data model is created for ERP and data model is created for telecom, will be different. But if I merge these things, and we will get all the cumulative unique part which both has in telecom part and always as other verticals. and then we will focus on those area and will create a structured AI report by which a project manager can take a decisions to understand how LLM and vector database talk to upper layers of the AI engineers when people are giving either prompt as a prompt engineer, or they are customize their models using Python as a language to integrate to any other API. Is very interesting and very good course for project managers. I will share the document. Now, you guys can see in the scope the functional, technical, integration, data security, and compliances. Data security is again, data security means how your compliances is affected. If you go for ISO 42001 data security for AI audit, there you will find that whatever Biki and Rajiv, I'm telling you, you guys are
Mm.
senior people. You people are saying prompt engineering. Okay, fine. You are doing it from your LTI Mindra and he's doing for Oracle. Very, but there must be some leak. So how do you understand those leak? That compliances not meet according to the AI compliance which is fit for you. It's not like that prompt. Sorry, Claude is giving you or 100% correct. Claude is giving you the 99% or 90% correct data, but 10% still you have the compliance issue. How do you understand? These compliances of ISO 42001 AI audit will give you idea that what you had and what you are today and what are the leaks you have. The leak means AI leak. Do you guys have heard AI leak? You heard about the code leak. AI leak is something which the tool not perform according to the prompt you are given or customized by your team, not giving you the right data is called AI leak. AI leak is submitted by the different vector database to a repository by which as a audit, AI audit again, you will understand the source of the leak and then effect for that particular leak for your projects delivery, both cost, scope, time, and this risk, and how you can take action plans. Every compliances should have an action plans of the non, these are non compliances, right? So previously what we do, we plainly do ISO audit or CMM audit by going to individual project. From the QMS team, we have a standard matrices and we follow those, and we try to understand whether the project manager using all the documents. That is the past one. At present, when you are working for a AI enabled project where the size of the project may be 600 FT or more than that, and if it is an agile, maybe 12 to 8 PIs. 12 to 18 PIs is very big project. So they are program incremental planning. So all those PIs should have some scalable part which you can release when your project is done. You guys, you know that every project when it has been done or delivered, we make a white paper. In the white paper of the every organization till in program level, we have done 60 project, and out of 60 project 45 project is go live. In pipeline we have a 10 project, and other project is still in the transition phase. So this is a white paper. So when we made this white paper previously, when I was working, we have to do these things manually, either in Excel or any other tool. But now using AI, agentic AI, you can make these things in most robust way and clear picture, so that company can take the decisions that how many project has got success and ROI has come triggered for the customers depending upon to your requirement. Clear? Any question, Rajiv or Vicky, Ashwin?
Mm.
So
Hello.
yes, Vicky.
I don't have any questions, but actually I want to share something.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yesterday, yesterday I have attended one conference or meeting where I saw audit AI agent. Okay.
Right.
some presentation were given on that audit agent. So there, I saw that this has been developed by a company, as a Israel-based company. They have developed it. And what used to happen in operations? So like we have an operation process and everything is done. Then some external auditor will come from Big Four or something. They audit it and all that stuff happen. But now what will happen? What I've seen that this audit agent will do it work as a replica of this Big Four whatever auditors will come in,
Very
and
good. Yes.
it will put in that company in a better position to face that audit from the external auditors. So it will so I just wanted to know that like is it going to work
Yeah,
or because
it is, Vicky. This one is this the tool which you are telling developed by Israel. So this
Mhm.
tool has been developed using ISO 42001 AI audit. There are some protocols of
Yes, yes.
42001, and this tool has been made because human intervention should not be there. Because see, if you are an auditor, you go to the do the audit for Rajiv project. So what you do, you will ask him to share all the checklist which you have, and you will ask him to share all the deliverables, all the matrices, documents. So you are human beings. So is it possible for you to do the audit of 600 FT or 12 PI project with your team? So there must be some gap. That is not. But if you are doing this software AI based audit as a tool, they are all the at least Wiki 19 AI based audit algorithm has been added to this Israel based tool. I also know this tool app. It is called IPAP. IAPP. It is developed in Tel Aviv, and it is very much useful. They are just trying to do the in market in India, not very much, but in Europe, many organizations like Siemens and Vodafone they purchase. We
So
need this kind of tool.
I was very fascinated by seeing this thing that I knew that something like this is going on in the market and there some companies are already working on it, but I never expected that this has been already built
He has
and
already
this is
built. I
already
know
built.
because Vicky, you have to upgrade yourself by different source. You will understand. I know these things a month ago. This
Mhm.
ISO 42001 has come, and no people, everybody who are AI project manager, they are going for ISO 42001 certification, and this certification is given by the Israel. IIF is organizations. There's only one organization, and because you will get the AI audit things, you do not know what are the not documents, what are the KPIs required for AI audit. You are working for an AI project, you are working for non-AI project, but you are using AI as a tool to understand your audit flaws, non-compliances. So you have to know all the checklist that is defined by the tool.
Yeah,
Deloitte.
even I've seen one more tool for this banks. You know, they have this KYC, AML, all these operations part. So now the companies have built a tool which will which will work as an auditor and it will see each and everything from three lenses. From one lens is like evidence, then process evidence lenses, then procedure lenses, and then from the consistency lenses. That whatever if that particular alert has been closed. So is it proper evidence has been used? Is it consistent with the whatever other alerts has been closed on the same evidence? So it is almost like a system where no human intervention is required. With a
Right,
click
thank
of a
you.
button, it will make that company or make that bank ready for the audit by the external
Right.
auditors. Like if some auditors come from the regulator side, FIU, Financial Intelligence Unit, and all those things, regulators will come to a bank. So it will make that bank ready for that kind of audit to face that
Right.
because they are already done
Right.
with it.
Yes. ICICI Bank and HDFC, they are trying to implement this AI tool at Kolkata. One of my friend is an IT head. He also told me.
Okay.
So, but the cost matter is very high, expensive tool. And more things is Rajiv. Yeah, all the banks are using either Finacle of Infosys or Oracle Finance. like Bandhan Bank, like many PSU bank are using Oracle Finance, and many are Finacles. So what is AI audit will happen? All the APIs which Oracle has, the common APIs rather, I'm saying, those things will be integrated by this API, because bank is using the tool and bank is getting the data either from Oracle Finance or the Finacle itself. Those all the log entry should be captured by this AI, and it should have the provision to understand the how the tool is working, and then it will build a common framework with the three different lanes according to the evidence that how much data security compliances meet for that bank using this tool this quarter, and it will guide the bank to take a decisions for both customer centric and ROI. That is already into the transition phase. Few banks in ICICI and HDFC Kolkata, many are also pursuing. It's very useful things. Who are working in BFSI telecom, they are focusing on AI enable audit. Clear, Rajiv? Thank you,
Yes.
basically, for your understanding. So, what I would like to tell, this is an just give you the idea about the Claude re-engineering, which I had captured by prompt engineering. You guys can also do the same, but in your project, it should be good to have, if you have an AI engineers, you can give them the data and they can prepare customized Claude this data visualizations that will affect more for your projects. Arindam, any question? Arindam, Ashwin?
Yeah, Satyish, can you share the prompt and the what documents you have used for creating this in Claude?
Uh, this Claude, I use some prompt engineering. I have written to Claude for it in imaginary way. I have a
Okay,
project for in ERP, which is
okay,
by companies Oracle, their ERP systems. More change requests are coming, and the project is in bad phase, and the project manager do not understand the CI code script index, and according to that, make a dashboard by which a project manager can take a decisive actions depending upon to the CR and the scope creep is happen, and he has generated this report.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And I also wanted to ask you a question, one question, not related to this, whatever we are discussing, but like you are a veteran in the industry, you have worked for so many years, so
Yeah.
so I'm very fascinated by that conference, and so I saw that they have created multiple agents. Okay, so for
Hmm.
bank, we do have like a KYC team, onboarding team. We have a transaction monitoring team who does the transaction monitoring. Then we have